this is the Pinball FX Indiana Jones table. So traditionally you would get like a bundle that would include multiple tables, but for this release, for this Indiana Jones table, it's just a singular one. So keep that in mind. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well, and let's dive into what this table has to offer. So the idea here is that this is a recreation of a classic table. So what we have is the option to enjoy this new visual version of the game. But you can also, on console platforms, there are other platforms as well, but for consoles, press the B button, or platform equivalent, and you can change to the historical original version of this table to see that in action. That kind of gets rid of all the glamorous sort of upgrades. Or you can switch again at any point. It's kind of like a remastered effort, one might say, to kind of have these animated things with Indiana Jones moving around the board, or a tank, or planes flying over. There's dialogue from the films included in here. There's the classic little musical bits that have been changed particularly for this kind of table design. It's really, really cool. Now, from what I understand, this is also a very iconic table, so this is something I think some people might have some level of familiarity with if you are jumping in and wanting to see what this has to offer within your Pinball FX collection. So I'm not necessarily the best pinball player, but I hope you kind of enjoy this showcase of it. It's been a very long time, actually, since I covered a table. I don't believe they've been releasing any. I think they're working on a follow-up or something like that for this series. But yeah, it's actually been 2 years since I last reviewed a table. And if you didn't know, I actually have like a very long history of covering the Pinball FX tables for like many years. I've covered all kinds of different iterations and releases of them. So it's just, it's kind of crazy to sit there and be like, oh wow, there hasn't been, at least I haven't seen a table release in that long. That's insane. And here we are with Indiana Jones, which is kind of fun. So I really like this. It's a very kind of, I guess you would say, straightforward, sort of simplistic table, but it's got all the fun of the Indiana Jones series. It's got the different characters. It's got the big blimp in the back. It's got a lot of hidden little references and little surprise elements that I think kind of, capture the different aspects of this franchise. You've got Indy swinging around, you've got tanks, kind of hoping some planes sort of jump over here. We'll probably have to do a couple different plays of this one, assuming things go not so well. And then of course you can see just like, the view of the table is just fantastic. Like I really love that aspect of it. It's just like how cool the table kind of looks, like the design of it. It's just like really neat. You can see like the different angles here. We kind of switch between the different showcases of what the table kind of has to offer. It's quite detailed visually. I think it looks quite nice. It's got that classic Indiana Jones feeling and style to it, which I absolutely adore. And it's just kind of like a really good table. It's very well designed. Now, of course, you're gonna have to decide, is this table kind of for you and whatnot? Because usually you would get like a bundle of tables. So it's literally just the one, which also makes it a little harder to showcase and talk about, considering usually we go through a variety of tables. But yeah, you're gonna have to see if the value is kind of up for you. It's a cool, really cool table. Like it's very well done, and it's reminiscent of that time, right? I mean, this is a classic Indiana Jones representation, from the characters to the musical elements to the board, the backboard. Like everything is just like really lovingly designed. It all looks really good, plays smoothly, and I think they did a very good job kind of recreating this table, this Williams table, and providing it here within this package. So to me, that's kind of a cool thing to have available. If you're a fan of Indiana Jones, like myself, I think you're going to find this to be something you can appreciate, because, aesthetically, it's really cool. Really, the ball went in there again? I'm just having no luck with that. There are, of course, all the traditional upgrades and stuff you would expect, customization options, switching between remastered and the original version on the fly, as I demonstrated. But yeah, it's just a really great table, and I hope this kind of showcased it off, and I'm just going to provide some further gameplay so you can just see it in action without commentary.
Don't touch anything. Jackpot! Holy smoke, my friend! I'm so pleased you're not...
Don't touch anything.
Pick the path of adventure indeed. Well done, my friend!
We have top men working on it right now. Who? Top men.
Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
Junior? It is you, Junior.
Don't touch anything.